Hello, everybody. It said 6:30. I'm not sure why. It should say 6. So I'm going to go back in here. Steve is here. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to see if I can change that start time because it should say 6, not 6:30. I was just over on the Urban Gardeners channel. I'm starting a segment over there with him, and it is going to be awesome. So uh, I did just kind of skip out on the live there, but coming back to you guys. And let me see if I can change this time here. Not sure why it's coming up at 6:30. Where's the time? Where is the time? Maybe it doesn't have it since I'm on here. Anyway, we're here. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, it shows a 6 on your screen? I don't know why it said 6:30 on mine. All right. I'm traveling through the internet highway. Thank you, Steve. All right. Welcome, welcome. I'm Katrina. This is Sow and Tare. We do a live chat every Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for the first one of the month, and that's on Thursday. All right. So yeah, like I said, I was just over on the Urban Gardeners channel. I'm going to be starting a segment with them. It'll be pre-recorded, so yeah, but it's going to be Grow What You Eat, and I'll be doing a once a month video on there. So that's pretty cool. Right before this. All right. So Steve, S.O. Swanson's here. He's moderator in Blue with the Rich. Welcome, Steve. Serena's here. I'm not in the green room. No. Serena. So theirs goes from 5 to 7. Mine goes from 6 to 8. And so he wanted to include me in this, and I was like, yes, I absolutely want to be involved. So that's what we're doing. I'm in two places at once. No, I'm not. So I've now signed off from them, and I'm with you guys now. So yeah, but thank you for coming over and following me. It looks like Bowtie followed me too. My goodness. Thank you, Bowtie. Loud and clear. Awesome. Fancy you being here when you were over there. Yep. MKP, I'll pop back in after the other live ends. Awesome. Good to subscribe. Awesome. Thank you so much. And bow ties in two places at once. That does not, you know why that is? Because bow ties have like the two tails. That's why. You can go in two directions. Erica's here. Erica's a member of the channel. We are doing this Sunday for Cook With Me Live. And I need to get the ingredient list up. If you are a member, if you are not a member, there's a link in the description of all the videos and also a join button down below. And you should become a member, and it's fun. And if you are a member, go ahead and look for the Facebook group called Katrina's Kits and Sow and Tare. There you go. That is a Facebook group, and I'm going to be posting things in there. There's already the ingredient list is already there for Sunday's event. It's Sunday at 12:30 Pacific time. And I probably need to get more ingredients, Erica. I went to town, which is not the town I live in. It's the next town. That's what going to town means. It can be confusing talking to neighbors when they say the wrong town. And I went there for something else. And then it was getting dark, and I was coming out of the hardware store, and I'm like, it's getting super foggy. I'm not stopping at the grocery store. So I went to the local grocery store, and guess what? They had most of the ingredients, not all of it. All right. Okay. Samposki. I did not say that right. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Serena's back. Serena's in with the jokes. Which vegetable is always burnt? Swiss chard. Oh, I did get here safe, bow tie. You know, what did Steve call it? The highway, the internet highway? No crashes on the internet highway. Oh, but hey, that's a good play on words. All right. Steve says the last 15 minutes over Urban Gardener. Awesome. Yeah, so that's a couple people said, so on the channel I was just on, there's one of the people on there is in Canada, and she was going in and out, and lots of people on there said that there was a solar storm. So if it doesn't fog over, it's going to be clear because we had sun today. So I'm going to be standing in the middle of the road looking north. Because after going up on the top of the hill, the other times when I saw the northern lights from here on the camera, because you can't see them with your eyeballs here, I didn't see them up there, but then I came down to the driveway and I'm like, oh, they're right there. Anyway, yes. Craft Organic says, hello, bouncing back and forth from Mother Life. Awesome. Well, thank you for following. Please not too confusing. All right. Not too late to become a member. Awesome. Thank you for putting the link there, Steve. Okay. Erica, good suggestion. So we are making, what are we making? Jumping, what is it called? Jumpin' Johns? I had never heard of it. Erica was like, I want to make this and it's supposed to bring us good luck. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. We need good luck this year. And so we are making, I think it's called Jumpin' Johns. Erica can correct me if I'm wrong. And it goes with collard greens. And she's saying recommend frozen or substitute kale. Collards take a long time to cook. Got it. And then also cornbread. And the cornbread is from this book. I pull it out from everything that's on top of it. This book right here is where the cornbread is. It's a sour cream cornbread. I have found if you put sour cream in your baking stuff, it comes out nice and yummy, yummy. Yeah. All right. Thank you for the recommendation, Erica. Bowtie says, oops, sorry. I don't know what you're apologizing for, but it's fine. Serena says, depending on where you are, you may be able to see the aurora borealis on account of the solar storm. Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I think you said that probably before I got to it. Yeah, and I've seen it with my eyeballs because apparently we see it on our phone now. Like you don't see anything and you take a picture, like, oh, that's pretty. Well, okay, I could look at your picture and it would be pretty. I've been up in Alaska and seen it up there when it was green and dancing with a little bit of purple in the corner of the sky. I don't know. It's right there. And then I have actually seen it in Iowa a long time ago, and it was red. The sky went red. That was one where it came way down. So yeah, there we go. And I did see it. When I was in California, I saw it a little bit, and I was like, is that street light glow, or am I seeing pink? Turns out I was seeing pink. All right. Jacob's here. Jacob's also a member. Hello, all. Hello, Jacob. All right. Hopping John. That's what it's called. Except for I think it has it over the instead of a G. Yeah. All right. Hopefully Verna's doing okay. Yeah, so today's been pretty busy. I've been getting ready for that live that we just had. I did just you know what I did, which was actually really nice. I went out and laid in the pasture on a piece of cardboard because the pasture's wet. But I went out and laid in the pasture in the sun. It's been sunny the past few days. It's so nice. So I tapped a maple tree with 2 taps, and then 2 walnut trees, 1 tap in one and 2 taps in another. And I only had 5 taps. I thought I had 10. But I tapped these. A big leaf maple, I've heard, has about half as much sugar in it as the sugar maple. And then I don't know what the sugar content is for walnut, but I did do that, and I will get it in a minute. I put it in the fridge and show you guys what that looks like from the first day. So I tapped them yesterday and came here. So yeah. Yep. Erica has seen it in Montana and one in Wyoming. It's amazing. It just dances, you know? You guys remember the movie The Snowman? It doesn't have any words, and like the snowman takes them flying off. Yeah. Yep. That's dancing, just like that. MKP says, I used to live in Alaska 15 years, so got to see my share of Northern Lights. That's awesome. I almost went to school in Alaska. I got into Alaska Pacific University, but I didn't. It was a great program. The school was very small, like 600 students. Great program. Um, it was right next to Anchorage, and Anchorage is too big for me, way too big for me. And I didn't think I would do well with the dark. So I didn't go there. Went to Iowa instead. But yeah, I almost went to school in Alaska Pacific University. Yeah. And Steve says lucky. Steve, they also have the four-letter word. I know MKP, you are new, so you do not know Steve's four-letter word, which starts with an S and ends with a W. And only comes in winter. Jacob says Mrs. Ava made creme brulee tonight with quail eggs. We haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to someone about quail and duck eggs recently. I don't remember who it was. Who was that? It wasn't you guys. It was someone like in real life. Anyway, yeah, quail are awesome. I will grow quail again, and I will do that. And I just need to have the right infrastructure. So yeah. Steve says they have threatened us with some foul stuff this weekend. It best not happen. Oh my gosh. Steve's in Mississippi for those that don't know. Um, how often do you get snow? Is it like never, or is it like Aaron never but one day? And while you answer that, I'm gonna go get the sap that came out of the trees so you guys can see that. It's in the the refrigerator right now. I was going to get this. Oops. I was going to get this out sooner, but then I forgot. He didn't even answer. It's okay. All right. So yeah, this is my first time tapping trees. It went really well, except for guys, if your drill goes in reverse, you have to make sure it doesn't go in reverse and stay in reverse. I picked up the drill and I must have pushed it into reverse because it's really, really hard to drill a hole when their drill is in reverse. So I actually did I made it more difficult on myself. But there you go. All right, Steve's in the area he lives in, the country, in the woods, so no sun to make it go away as quickly. Oh, gets one day and gone the next. Okay. We haven't had, I think it snowed one couple days in a row or one day right now. I mean, and it melted. I think it just snowed one day. This year is a really weird year. Yeah. So anyway, this is sap from maple tree, big leaf maple, super duper clear. And I got that plus this, and that's from two taps in the same tree. It's like a multi-stem tree though, so a different stem. And but look how clear that is. This is filtered. I did filter it when I put in there. One tree, two taps, one day. This is not boiled down yet though, Steve. This isn't syrup yet. This is, you know, very watery sugar water. I haven't tasted it yet. Maybe I should taste it. Should I get a spoon and taste it? Um, yeah, and then this is walnut. It's from three taps in two trees. And at least one of those taps was with the thing going in reverse. So I don't know if I cauterized part of it or if yeah, it's all flowing. But this is what that looks like. So that's not as clear. And that's walnut. So There's your comparison. And I probably should have something white behind me, but I don't. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. This is my first time tapping trees. I should probably put these in the freezer. Not like this. I probably should have like a pot in there in the freezer so I can put it directly on a fire to boil it. Because from what I've heard, you don't want to do this in your kitchen because you're gonna get your kitchen all sticky. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So that's from yesterday into today, and that is pretty good. I don't know what that reduces down to. I don't know if it's like a tablespoon or what, but yeah. So yes, that was one tree one day. Hi, Howie. Good evening, Katrina and fellow Earthlings. He says, it's a great output for 3 trees. Yeah, exactly. Way cool. I agree. This is my first time doing it, and um, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I did a video on that. It's actually going to go out tomorrow because I feel like it's timely. Kind of push back one of my cooking videos, but that'll be on Thursday, I think. Anyway, so yeah, it's very clear. I mean, you can see stuff in it, but it's very clear. I should taste this. You guys do you want to see me taste something? I can't have you guys taste it. I'm going to do that. Sorry, as I evacuate my position again. I'll be right back. Okay, I have 2 spoons. I don't know that a spoon is the most efficient way to eat sap, drink sap, slurp sap. I'm going to use the full one because I think it's going to be easier to get to. So let's try this. I have my tea, which I'm going to put down here and not drop my mouse in it like I did last night. All right. Howie says I drink birch water often and maple water. Awesome. It doesn't really smell like anything, but let's see. It's slightly sweet water. I wouldn't even say it has like a flavor other than very slightly sweet water. Interesting. It'll take 10 gallons of maple sap to get 1 quart of syrup. So 10 gallons. So 10 times 4 is how many quarts it is? So 40 to 1? That's what we're looking at? Did I math right? 40 to 1? Good evening, Abella. This is Big Leaf Maple Sap. And this is walnut sap. I don't know what kind of walnut. It was a planted walnut in probably the 30s. Yeah, 40 to 1. So whatever 40 times less than 4. Okay. 40 to 1, 4 cups in a liter. So a tenth of a cup? Did I do my math right? Am I doing math in public? We said we shouldn't do these things. All right. Again, not very much of a smell. And this is the walnut sap. That one has more flavor. This one definitely has more flavor. I don't know if the sweetness is probably about the same, maybe a little bit more. It doesn't smell like anything. I don't know why I'm smelling it. But it has more flavor. The other one just is like sweet water. So We'll see. So did I do my math right? Is it a tenth of a cup? What is a tenth of a cup? A tenth of a cup. Half of a cup is a half cup. Not even a fourth cup then. That's disappointing. Anyway, so that's pretty cool though. So that's 1 day's worth. Again, that's the walnut. And this is big leaf maple. And yeah, pretty cool. All right, Abella's brother taps maples and makes syrup every year in Indiana. Maybe I'll join him this year. Awesome. So does he do sugar maples or other types of maples? Excuse me. Usually late February, early March. Yeah, this year's weird. Like we haven't had like a real winter yet, but we just started getting cold, meaning I think the most I've seen it is 20. Have I seen 24? Maybe 24, 25, 24 has been the coldest. It's 29 this morning. But when you want to do this is when it is below freezing at night and then above freezing during the day. And I've kind of just researching it, kind of come upon different ideas about what that means, about what warm should, like, if it's warmer, is it going to do more? Is it going to do less? I don't know. Like if it warms up to 36, is that enough? Probably not. Anyway, that's, I don't know where that line is, but this is my first time doing it and successful so far. Tree blood. All right. Steve says tapping typically starts in December, January, so you are on time for the tap. It depends on where you are, though. It really depends on where you are because it depends on the weather. But yeah. Bella says, I think he taps whatever maples he can find. He has several wooded acres, but I think some are actually sugar maples, while others probably silver maples. All right. And Erica says, we used to tap our trees around Valentine's Day when I lived in Indiana. Warmer south side helped to thaw and flow. Okay, so that's what I thought. The maple that I got was from just over here by the house, and it has, I want to say 4 or 5 stems coming up that are quite large. And the one that's on the southern side, I thought would do well because I was actually like hitting the trunk and stuff. And it did a whole lot less than the one on the northern side. So yeah, I don't know. We'll we'll see how it works. I checked it about 1 today, and then I went down. I checked the, excuse me, before I moved the bunnies this afternoon, like 4 something. I went and checked the walnuts because walnuts are down in the pasture, and they had a small amount going. It wasn't like gushing, but it only got up to 51 today. So I think it's supposed to get up a little bit warmer than that this week. I probably should have started it last week, but I didn't. So yeah. So Abella, I'm gonna ask you, since sounds like you're the only one that knows about this in the chat. That is, when you're done with the tap and you pull it out, what do you do? Because I've seen people like hammer in like a dowel, and like, does it have to be a certain kind of wood? That's what I'm curious about, because I'm sure having it a different type of wood, not leaving a hole in it in the tree is probably a good thing. But anyway, like, what does your brother do? Yeah, homework. Erica says we used to tap our trees around. I already read that. Steve says if you got 1 quart in a single day, I hope you have a 5-gallon bucket out there. Yeah. Well, 1 quart from 2 taps. For the maple, more than 1 quart for 2 taps. Let's say 5 cups, almost 5 cups, and then the walnut, 3 taps with almost a quart. It was just shy of 4 cups. Yeah. So yeah, I have 2-gallon buckets on them. I also don't know when actually the sap runs. If it runs like when it runs more, because if it runs in nighttime and the daytime more, or if it's just the daytime more, I think it's the daytime more. But I was gonna check it like in the morning and in the evening. Yeah, and pour it into the buckets as needed. Yeah. Anyway, I ordered some more taps, so hopefully there will be time to tap more this year because it's already addicting and I've already this is all I've got. I do okay. I had plans. So you guys know my water, well, you guys know part of my water here dilemma. Um Dilemma, saga, it's a saga. Um but I have my old water heater and I need to call Ream and see if the inside is glass or not because I've heard some of them are glass, some of them aren't. But if it's not and it's just metal, then I can cut it in half and use that as an evaporator. Thoughts? Anybody know? Yeah. Okay. Maple trees heal themselves. But should I like cut a maple stick and shove it in there? Okay. They discourage plugging the holes with twigs or other materials. This can trap bacteria and hinder the tree's healing process. Okay. Yeah, so I haven't got I did research that a long time ago and I don't remember what the conclusion was. But yeah. I also have not Googled yet, but I'm also curious about Douglas fir. And I don't know. So there's this whole thing happening right now with spruce, and spruce has a bunch of like antimicrobial, antibacterial properties with the sap. And I don't know if they slice it and let it ooze out or if they tap it. I have no idea. Um, but I do have Douglas firs that will be coming down this year. And so I'm like, does it make sense to throw in some taps and see if that works? Anyway, this is just me thinking because Douglas fir, I probably has some of those same properties, topically or spruce they're using in gum now too. Um, one of my friends had what I don't even remember the brand, but she had it was spruce and beeswax and like a flavoring or something, and it was actually pretty good. And your teeth you're clean at the end. Yeah, I think it was beeswax, spruce stuff, and something else. I don't remember what the something else was, but yeah. Abella says, I'll have to ask my brother about his process. I don't know if he leaves the tap running, so to speak, on his maples. Let me know. I'm very curious. I'm very curious because I will have to do something or do nothing. Oh, enemies here. Hi, Desiree. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the part that I haven't gotten to yet. I will get there. But very little work, that part of it. And collecting it, also very little work. Um, Filtering it, very little work. I did also order so I have the filter paper, but I only have two. So I'm using one for one type, one for the other type. And I did it into this container. I don't know if that's the right thing to do it then or later, but I figure if I do it now, it's less contaminants. And yeah, so doing that is pretty cool. And but I did get a stand for the cone filter, so I can just set it and pour it. Anyways, getting set up. Awesome. Yeah, so it has been sunny here after the morning fog. It's been sunny here, which is kind of nice actually. It's kind of nice. We haven't had that in a while. And in fact, I was thinking today, oh, maybe tomorrow I'll work on the front porch. I'm probably going to have to sit on something that's somewhat dry because the cushions are all wet because of the fog. But yeah. Oh, PC had a factory reset, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry." Yeah, hopefully that's doing better. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my topic was I was going to tell you guys about the tapping, and There'll be a video about that tomorrow. Yeah. Steve says spruce sap goes for about $500 a pound. Do not tap it. They don't tap it like maple. They cut it. I'm gonna guess. Yeah, I don't know about the Douglas fir. I just feel like I have an opportunity to try something here because I have trees that will come down. Yeah. Oh, your hard drive is failing. Anime, copy over whatever you can now if it's failing and not failed, because that sucks. And you can have your computer ghosted over. I think that's the right word. I don't know. My brother did it for me one time. Yeah, so I don't have any spruce, but I do have Douglas fir, and those are both conifers, and that is their relationship. No, I mean, like, I know you can use spruce tips and Douglas fir tips. They both have they're high in vitamin C. They have good stuff with that. I mean, they have good medicinal use and then edibility or tea ability. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. They don't take it from, or not supposed to, the tree itself. You take it from freshly broken branches. Okay. So what, you saw off a branch and then put it in a bucket upright? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into this because, like I said, I have some trees that are going to be removed. I might as well benefit from them. Well, what if you cut the whole tree down and then put it in a bucket? It's to be a big bucket. Oh, yeah. I remember finding pitch to start fires with in the Sisters Wilderness and in Oregon, and that is a pretty cool thing to find. You can also find fat wood. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Like fat, like big. It's called fat wood because it is laden with pitch and it burns very well, but the pitch is like in the wood. So yeah, I knew someone that used to collect that and sell to KOA campgrounds, I think. Yeah. Anyway, says, save what I could on my USB, but it was easier just to factory reset since this is the second time I had, oh my gosh, second time to fail. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Desiree. Yeah, I dropped hard drives and they went, we don't want to give you information. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, fat wood is used for starting fires and perfumes. I did not know that. Yeah. I don't know. Is that that's an interesting thing for it to use for perfume pitch, but I mean, so are anal glands, which is where perfume started from. Sorry to get graphic there. Anyway, so yeah, what kind of things are you guys up to? We have some regular not members, regular subscribers here. We have some new people here. They might be going back and forth to their show. But yeah, tell me a little about what you guys are doing and yeah, and what that looks like. We have the pasture grass is growing nicely. The rabbits are munching down on it. They're doing really well. I was supposed to build a rabbit tractor this weekend. Did I do that? No, I did not. So that needs to happen soon. Penne and risotto got bred this weekend. So they will be having babies in about a month. And I don't remember how old their babies are right now. They're more than 3 weeks and probably closer to 4 weeks or 4.5 weeks. They're almost ready to go out. But because Penne had 10, her babies are a little bit smaller. So I want them to grow more before I put them out. Anyway, I do have Risotto's babies. She only has 6. That the one that's in the pasture right now, that half size one that's 8 by 2, that's where her babies are going to go, and so they can go out when they're 5 weeks old. But the other ones, well, they have to wait for another tractor. But also, they're a little bit smaller, just because she had to fit 10 of those guys in her, 10 little babies. So, yeah. So yeah, they had dates with Percy this weekend. Okay, Desiree says it's a specific fat wood. Can't remember that's used for perfumes. Testing. Okay. Yeah, anime. Hopefully everything new goes well. Yeah. Yep. I remember right after shutdown, like a week or two after shutdown for 2020, my personal computer just done. Didn't work anymore. And so I got a new computer. And in those days, my computer that went lasted me 11 years. They don't make them like that anymore. Nope, they do not. So I got another HP because that was the brand I had. I figured, why change? This one lasted 11 years. And it sucked. And I don't know if it sucked because the technology has changed so much, or if it sucked because it was built during pandemic and they did things wrong. But I had to turn it in like 3 different times to get worked on. And finally, like, I need a different one. Yeah. So hopefully they've worked it out that everything is good. Yeah. Ooh, anime has a mean Rue. One hen that's she's smart for her own good. Um, this is a quail, right? So what makes her too smart for her? Ooh, that was an earthquake. I just kicked the table. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, what makes her too smart for her own good? Oh, it's a chicken. Okay, you gotta specify now because you have both of them. Um, oh, she's an escape artist. Yep. Oh, Steve says it sucks because it sucks. They're all the same. His is an HP. You know, I just had such great faith in them because my first laptop was an HP and it lasted 11 years. And they just don't make them like they used to anymore. So I know I won't buy that brand anymore. Yeah. Um yep. So anime, how is she escaping? Do you know how she's escaping? I'm grabbing my tea, sorry. Apparently I put it far away from me. Okay, you got a PC custom built. Awesome. Awesome. Sounds good. So I know Verna has started her potato slips. It started a couple weeks ago, right? Um, have you guys started anything yet? I have not. It's not quite time for me yet, but I want to know if any of you guys have started something or if you're doing anything inside, on the countertop or whatever. Um, I have some things that need to happen before. Yeah, there's a shed out there that I want to connect with a extension cord and make my hatching room and my like nursery grow light for plant starts room. And I just haven't. There's some stuff that needs to happen first. Yeah, she knows how to open doors. Sounds like you need a different kind of door or a different kind of door handle. I like so when I had my aviaries, I used a gate lock, the kind that like you close, like you how is it done? It's like this. So here's the thing that closes and it gets stuck in there. And that works really well. And then you just uh tie a wire on the lift part and put that through so you can pull it. But keep a spare piece of wire inside because you might get locked inside. Ask me how I know. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, sounds like it's a door issue. Bad locks by the builder, Desiree. Steve. Oh. Food Forest Howie says, I cut a salad today and pulled beets. Awesome. What was in your salad? I'm always curious what people put in their salads because I'm one of those people that, like, if you go to a salad bar and everything's already cut up, I think it's great. I will eat a salad. It's great. But growing lettuce for a salad, I've tried that, and it's just not as interesting. Um, I'll put something together for like if people are coming over, but for me to just eat a salad, I'd rather, cook some chard and beet greens for the most part. But if I have everything already cut up, it's really, really good. Um, yeah, yeah. So salads, you can also put edible flowers in, which is fun. And that's what I do if I was like going to a neighborhood dinner. We used to have neighborhood dinners at my old place. Um, and I put some nasturtiums in there, put some borage in there, some um, carnation, edible flowers in there. Make it bright and pretty and tasty. Yeah. Beets. I don't know. I was waiting for you to say something else, Steve, but you're not saying anything else. I don't know what beets means. Anyway, beets are good. I prefer to eat the green rather than the root. It's good. It's good for you. It's all that. It's reharvestable. Um, but I really like pickled beets. I did an experiment. This is before I had YouTube. I did an experiment where I bought a bunch of beets at bought a bunch of beets. That's a bunch of bees. Um, from a farmer's market, and I boiled them. That was the worst one. I steamed them. I roasted them. I crock potted them. I don't remember if I did something else or not. But out of all of those, the roasting was the best. The crock pot was the second best. So I just did an experiment, and roasting is best for beets, unless you pickle them. But then you got to pickle them. Yeah. But I do prefer to just eat the greens. Pickled beets are wonderful. Food Forest says 3 kinds of kale, garlic chives, a video up today. Awesome. Awesome. I'm not a chive person, but yeah. I grew red Russian kale was a really good kale that I grew, and it self-seeded for a long time, and then it left my yard and went to my neighbor's. It seeded in her yard, didn't seed in my yard anymore. I'm like, well, you're free. Apparently your time here is done. Yeah. Um, and Steve says I prefer iceberg over leaf lettuce. Do you do wedge salads with ranch? I think you're in the part of the country that does that, right? Isn't it the center part that does wedge salad? Literally just a wedge of uh, iceberg. It depends what it is. Like iceberg is good because it's crisp and all that. You're not supposed to give it to your animals, a lot of them, because I forget what it has in it. It has something in it. Um, I don't know that if it doesn't affect us. I just remember like that's not something you're supposed to have with like chickens and quail and stuff. I don't remember for rabbits, but you know, I'm just curious about that. Um, but yeah, leaf lettuce is fine. I don't like the things in the store. I don't buy them. Other people do, but like they always have like, you know, slimy pieces. Yeah. Desiree says all my chickens are inside till the snow's gone. Cage area they roam about. She knows she can lift latches with her head and peck at them till it's open. You need a carabiner on that thing. Yeah. So the other part of my story about the gate latch is the gate latch. It latches and then it has the hole in that part, and you just put a carabiner through it. You don't have to use a lock or anything. It's easier for you to open, but should be chicken proof. Yeah. Yeah. Birds move seed around. They do. They do. Um, yeah, I from her yard I got it goes both directions, so it's, not just the wind. I got a yard full of multi-headed sunflowers for several years in a row. And then it went into the backyard. That's most and birds, but come on, squirrels. It's all about the squirrels with multi-headed sunflowers. They decapitate them and drag them up trees. But yeah, I had those in the yard for a long time. borage. I got one borage from my neighbor, and it took over the yard. But it's great. Borage is a great thing to have. The bees love it. It's edible. It tastes like cucumber. It's awesome. I have a video making ziti sauce with it, and so that's pretty cool. But yeah. Oh, Steve says they do wedge salad here, but want mine. Oh, you don't do the wedge. That's good. Tommy's here. I see Earthlings. Howdy, y'all. Hi, Tommy. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's your winter? We're finally getting winter temperatures, but we're also getting not winter temperatures during the day, which is okay because I started tapping trees. And this is my 1 day's worth of sap from 3 trees. So there you go. There you go. You had a carabiner on it. Anime, are you sure? She moved it to a spot just enough for her to slip through. Oh, so you don't have it through something, you just have it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lock error. Yep. Oh my gosh, did you spell that right the first time, Steve? Because I never do. Ziki. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Tommy says our winter is actually going to hit this weekend. Oh, are you in this thing? The cold part? It's been teetering between 80-degree days and freezing days the past 2 weeks. Excuse me. The pressure and the weather changes are just enough to keep us sick. Oh no, down here. This weekend we're getting our first frozen precipitation, and it actually supposed to be below freezing for 70 hours. That doesn't happen a lot here. So I have some work to do. I understand that. Yummy stuff? Yeah. Yeah. I tasted it earlier on. If you want to see that rewatch. The maple tastes like sweet water. And the walnut tastes like sweet water with some flavor that is kind of, I don't know what it is, but some flavor. Steve says, Tommy, it's your responsibility to stop it on his track before it gets to him in Mississippi. That is your homework assignment. Ooh, it's a day when the moderator assigns homework. Says I'm on it, buddy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're having this weird thing where like I got an email. I must have signed up for something. I got an email for alerts for my county. Not sure why it didn't do a text. Not sure of a lot of things. But it was an email saying that we have an inversion layer. And I don't know, I don't think I've ever had a warning before about an inversion layer. I don't know. I have been seeing on Facebook, or this town runs on Facebook, as far as like information. And some people have been saying that the ramp that we usually take had black ice on it on the other morning. So yesterday morning, today or yesterday, sometime this weekend. So that's not fun. So be careful out there with that. Tommy says, I'll sculpt a prototype machine made of kelp and extract the hydrogen to blow the storms away. What came immediately to my mind there, and you will appreciate this, Tommy. Remember the cartoon Pinky and the Brain? I'm just gonna leave it there. Desiree says she has been my problem chicken since a chick, always escaping the brooder and grow out. I set up different cage which she can escape, but not as easily. She's the only one that escapes. So far. She's the only one so far, Desiree. Oh my gosh. Okay, you got that. Is this the vibe you're going for, Tommy? What are we going to do tonight, Brain? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Yeah, exactly. Animaniacs. That didn't last long, did it? Did Animaniacs not? Because that was the same. Is that considered part of Animaniacs? I don't remember. Now that song is in your head. You're welcome. um, okay. So yeah, anime, it sounds like you need a different lock system. It sounds like you need a different lock system. I do have a video about locks that you might check out. Animaniacs is back. Are you serious? I'm not in the zone of children. So yeah, interesting. Oh, Steve knows how to fix the escaping chicken. Just needs some salt, pepper, and garlic salt. Salt and garlic salt? My goodness. Yeah. Um, interesting. Yeah, I would definitely work on that latch. Work on that lock, especially if you know how she's getting out. Yeah. A modern version? They're not just playing old things, they're playing modern versions. Still made just as fun for adults as it is kids. Okay. Okay. Anime. Put a picture of your lock on the Facebook group. For those that don't know, we have a Facebook group called Friends of Sow and Tare, and um, things like this where we can help each other out, or share good information. Good place to do it. So yeah. Put a picture of the latch that you have on there, and we can give suggestions. Um, if you do join the group, you have to make sure that you accept all the rules and agree to stuff, because otherwise we think you're a robot. Yeah. Oh, well, Desiree, what are we talking about? If the cage is gone now, is she currently? Thank you, Steve. Is she currently in a place that she can't get out of? Or are you just offering her to the cats? Oh my goodness. Goodness. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, Overraptor and Smilo, my two chickens, they're still living in the coop. The coop is bigger than the spot that they used to live in, so and the sun can get in and all of that. They can see out and all that. So I'm not concerned about them right now. Where the run is, I still haven't repaired it. I'm working on it. I'm working, not working, on it. And so, um, yeah, they're living with a family of mice. I still haven't put out traps. I'm I'm always a little concerned to trap where my animals are, because I'm always afraid that whatever blockade I put up will be moved and I'll end up hurting one of mine, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, they're sharing space. Desiree says it's a new setup, only been up for 2 weeks. Can't wait for the spring so you get everybody outside. All right. How much snow do you have, Desiree? You moved. I forget which state you're in now. I want to say you're in the Midwest somewhere. Am I right? I don't know. But yeah, uh, definitely, if you're having walking issues, Kentucky. I almost said that, and I almost said Kansas because I remembered that it started with a K. Of course, you have a chicken problem. Look at the state you went to. Sorry, bad joke. Awesome. Tommy's starting quail again this year and maybe getting some turkeys this week. So you decided, I really want to do something other than the doves. I'm assuming you still have them. I think something teeny tiny, but also I want something giant. Is that what your thought process was, Tommy? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Um, okay, snowing on and off at Desiree's. No? Oh, that is so unfortunate, Desiree. She says I've not had good KFC here yet. I'm glad you got the joke. Um, I haven't been to one of those in a very long time. Oh, Steve really wants to go over to your house for dinner, I think. He says KFC is in the kitchen, in the chicken cage. Tommy says pigeon. Yeah, all birds from chicken to peafowl to African gray to turkeys. Now, we are absolute bird people. You're not baddie. You're birdie. Bird plop crazy. um, what about guineas? Any guineas in the future at the Aquatic News Network? Bella says, I'm excited because all three of my chicken hens are laying again after their autumn break from molting. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Oh, and you have guinea. You left them out. How on earth would you leave out a guinea? They are so loud. Yeah, Smilo started laying. And I'm like, what are you doing, girl? Like, she waited until fall to lay. And then, like, she's laying a little bit. And then she just stopped. And then now she's starting again. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm okay with this. It was, again, the day after I bought eggs from the neighbor. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, yesterday, last night, I went into their coop. I collected her one egg, and then I had it in my pocket of my vest, and then I was doing the rabbit breeding, and then I reached in to get risotto to come out, and I reached in and went crunch, made myself a pocket omelet. So that got given back to the chickens. Yeah. Oh, you have geese and ducks. See, you forget everybody. Bella says, also, I have 13 quail that have hatched this weekend, mostly jumbo ginger. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. How many went into the incubator, or how many went into lockdown? That is awesome. Congratulations. Verna's here, Vase Place in blue with a little red. She's the moderator. And she has a live every Wednesday evening and Saturday morning. And she's awesome. Oh, you're all right. You're all right. I was almost late. But I wasn't, so that's okay. I don't think I was. Anyway, no, you don't have to worry about being late. You're here now. You're here now. I was on the Urban Gardener channel, and it is a new thing. I am working collaboratively with the Urban Gardener channel. Me, Shawnee Grows, and Rachel Gardens are collaborating on a segment for the Urban Gardeners show. It is Grow What You Eat. And so I will have a video on their show once a month about, eating stuff. So yeah, not eating stuff, but, cooking stuff, or, all that. Making sure people know how to get what they grow in the garden into them. So yeah. Oh, my neighbor. You guys want to go outside with me? My neighbor just texted me, figure but just in case, northern lights are spectacular at night. You guys want to go with me then to the driveway? It'll be a first. All right, let's see what people are saying, then I'll take you where we can see. Just bring us all the birds. Great, Noah's aviary. Oh my gosh. That'd be a great name. Awesome. Yes, my sad pocket omelet story. The thing is, it happens more than once, right? Right. Ooh, Berna has an inflamed bicep tendon. That sounds painful. I am so sorry. I mean, Epsom salt bath, at least, at the very bare minimum. If you don't have a bathtub, just get a Epsom salt and washcloth and put it on there. It takes 20 minutes for it to go through the skin. I mean, it's going to take more than that, but man. Curtis Stone. What about Curtis Stone? No. Urban Gardener is Enoch. Yeah. Yeah. Take us to the driveway. Tommy's walking outside to see if it's visible in Texas. Unfair, you get to see them. Hey, Desiree, go outside, see if you can see them. We'll all go outside. Bring me with you. You don't know which way is north. I could teach you the North Star. If you can see the Big Dipper, it's where the dip on the dipper is pointing. Too cloudy at Tommy's. Doctor wants an MRI. Oh my gosh. Tommy wants to know if you have a TINS machine. I've heard of that, but I don't know what it is. All right. Oh, Berna, here's the sap. This is from walnut. This is from maple, and this is from maple. That's all from yesterday to today. Too cloudy at Berna's. All right, I'm gonna go outside, see what we can see. Let me respond to this person and say thank you. They're at the end of the road, so we'll see what we can see. Lights out. Oh, you guys might not be able to see me, but I'll be here, okay? Yes, I'm gonna have to check each day, absolutely. So I have 2-gallon buckets, and let me get my shoes on. I have 2-gallon buckets, and that's what I'm working with. Judging by what I got today, it can go probably several days, but I think it's supposed to be collected. I think it's supposed to be collected pretty often, just because it might go bad. Steve, you know me better than that. Put on a jacket, maybe cool. I'll probably just go out like this. But I will put on my headlamp so I can see things. You didn't know you were going on a field trip, did you? Okay, I will put on my sweatshirt. I don't think I need it, but so Steve doesn't yell at me. I'll put on a sweatshirt. Peeking in, Shawnee, we are about to go look and see if we can see northern lights. So we're going to go on a field trip and see if we can see. I just got a text from a neighbor saying that she can see the northern lights. Now, I don't know if she can see it on her phone or see it with her eyes, but hopefully we'll get to see that. Electrode pods. Oh, okay. Field trip time. All right. I'm just going to go down the driveway. Internet should reach there. Let's see. I'm going to turn you guys around. Maybe. It's a really bright light in your face otherwise. Driveway's a little bit slippy. All right. You guys see anything yet? I don't. I'll go out to the road and then turn off my light. You probably see my breath because I can see my breath. All right. Let me turn off my light. I don't see anything. Let's take a picture on the phone and see if we see that. I can't see you guys because I'm showing you guys what I see. Let's do picture. We don't need the flash. Don't need the flash. Did it go? Oh, I think we have to turn on the nighttime thing. Let's see. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see it. I can see it's pink. But yeah, I don't see anything with... You guys want to go in the middle of the road with me? I think this is probably the furthest we can go. All right. There it is. Let's go back to the house. So, make sure I don't step in the hole here. So, that was a little bit of a bust, but I mean, you can see it with the phone. I'll bring up the picture so we can see it. But anybody else see the northern lights? Watch for traffic. I can hear traffic before you even get close to seeing it on that road. It's a very noisy road. But yeah, thank you for your looking out for my safety. All right. Take attendance when I get back to the house. Make sure you didn't leave anyone outside. Got it. All right. Okay, let's see what you guys saw. Jacob says turn on night mode. Yes, I did that. And yeah, let's just go over here. Wait. Plug you guys in a little bit. And let's see what we got. Yeah, I couldn't see anything with my eyes here. And especially, like, if you've been in Alaska and seen them with your eyes and then you see them here, it's like, nah, come on. Let's see. So I'm going to share with you what hers was. Oh boy, you can't even see that, can you? Oops, did I just... I hate this stupid reaction thing where they react to the pictures and then you can't take it away. Like, I just bumped something and, like, to that picture, it did, like, the laughing, crying face, which doesn't make any sense at all. Anyway. Let's see. Photos. Yeah, it's very faint. It's very faint. But yeah. Yep, I'll put it in the Friends and Sow and Tare group. That's a good suggestion, Steve. All right, let's go up, see what I missed. If she can see it on her phone, then we should see it as we'll be on the phone. So the thing is, if you take a pic, if you go like this and say, I want to take a picture, I'm taking a picture, you don't see it on your phone. You see it once the picture comes. Which is so weird. I mean, very weird. Anyway. And at my age, bright light is not a good idea, Steve. All right. A wee bit of pink. Yeah, it's just a little bit of pink. Watch out for traffic. Yes, Jacob says turn on night mode. I did that, and yeah. And the thing is here where I've seen it is like it might be good and then it might not be good and it might be good and might not be good. So like, they say between 10 and 2 is when the peak is, and that would typically, and so like it might be really good in an hour, or whatever. So I'm much more impressed with the stuff you can see with your eyes because I've seen it with my eyes. Yeah. Awesome, Tommy says. All right. Take attendance. You only saw black, but saw the red on the phone picture. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put it in the Friends of Sow and Tare Facebook group. Not right now because it's going to be like a to get there. But yeah. Well, cool. I don't remember what we were talking about before that happened. Oh, Verna, I was talking about your sweet potatoes. How are they doing? Verna does sweet potato slips where she has a sweet potato and you put it in water and then the sprouts sprout and then you pluck those off and put it in water and those become plants. And she's been doing that for a couple weeks now. I was asking people what they are planting or have planted. Oh yeah, and Howie said he collected salad. Yeah. Salad is something I don't do a whole lot of, and I probably should do more of it, but I like to do it when it's like more artistic to share. Or if things are already cut up. Sap. Yes, we talked about this, but we'll talk about it again. Not much change just yet. Okay, few possible ones. Okay. Yeah, so I did my first tapping. I tapped one maple in two places. It has like four or five different shoots, so I don't know if it was cut down as a baby or what. A baby, a seedling, a sapling. Um, if it was cut super low, and then and that yielded basically 24 hours. It yielded about 5 cups, and I did taste this on camera a little bit earlier. Um, Pretty clear, and it tastes like sweet water, just a little bit sweet. And then this is from the walnuts, and there's two trees. One is tapped with two of them. It's a huge walnut, and one is tapped with one of them. And it has a different color to it. It has a kind of a brown tinge, and this has more flavor. So it's also sweet, but then it also has more flavor than just sweet. If that makes sense. So um, Steve figured out for us that the maples will be, what did I say? What did we say it was? A tenth of a cup is what one of these will get us. So this one doesn't have the measurements on it, but the walnut one does. So 4 cups is about where it is, a little bit higher. 40 to 1, right. And so 1 cup is right here. Half a cup. I think it's I think it's 1/5 of half a cup. Is that right? I don't know. Math in public, guys. Yeah, 40 to 1. I'm wondering what the walnut is. It tasted a little bit sweeter, but not a whole lot sweeter. So, yeah. Anyway, it's an interesting process. And I did order more taps because I thought I had 10 and I had 5. I bought these quite a while ago in right after I should have tapped last year. I was like, oh, I should do this. I think it happens in spring. But yeah, it does in other places that have a harder winter. Pint jars are 2 cups. Yep. Yep. And quart jars are 4. Excuse me. So yeah, on this, um, this is 4 cups, just slightly more than what's in there. 3 cups. Oh no, this is 4 cups. So this is 3.5. It's almost 3.5. 4 cups is up here. 3 cups, 2 cups, 1 cup. There you go. Yep, pints are 2 cups, half pints are a cup. So yeah. Anyway, I should be putting that in the freezer. Excuse me. I should get 2 pots in there that are metal so that I can put them on the fire when I do that. I don't know really what I'm getting into. I do, but I don't. um, yeah, it'll be fun. It's an experiment, and probably repeat it. I mean, it's given stuff. I just don't know how much it's giving. I don't know how many trees I'll have to tap to get that. So much like growing your own fat, growing your own sugar is a different beast. You know, you have honey from bees, you have syrups from trees, bees and trees, and then you could do stuff with fruit powders or something like that. Stevia. I used to grow some stevia, and it did reseed once one year, not here, but in California. Yeah. It's more than I had yesterday. Exactly. More than I had yesterday because I didn't tap yesterday. Well, I did. I tapped yesterday, but more than I had before I tapped yesterday. Yeah, exactly. So it'd be interesting to see like what else is in. I just haven't looked it up. Like what else is in the sap? I mean, we know sugars, but there has to be other things in it that probably are good for you. I don't know. Yeah. Here's me. So, how long are you going to tap? I don't know the answer to that, Verna, until they stop. Um, my understanding is that they basically go for like a week or 2 or 2 weeks or something like that. That's my understanding. But at some point, the temperature won't be doing what it is doing now, which is going below freezing at night and above freezing during the day. And by above freezing, like it was 51 today. What was it's not going to tell me what the prediction was today, but it will tell me what the prediction is tomorrow. So the low temperature here is about 10 degrees less than what it says on like the Weather Channel. And daily. So like it says feels like temperature is 40, feels like 38. What did I say it was? 37, I think is what I said it was. So that's 3 degrees off. Daily. Okay. So like tomorrow it says it's going to get down to 44. It'll probably get below freezing. And then the next day is 39, and it's going to be 39 is low for, it's like, it'll be below 44 through next Monday on the predictions. So it'll probably be at least till next Monday. And then what happens? And then it stays at 47 and it says rain. So I might lose it after that, but yeah, my first time doing it. Yeah. November through March. I think, Verna, I think it has to be November through March when the conditions are right. What is the word? Temporically? Is that a word? But then, okay, yeah, you have more information. That's what I was going to ask you. Or that's what I was going to say. Okay, but let's see what Steve says first. Once the temperature consistently remains above freezing and buds start to form on your maple tree, it's time to stop collecting. And Verna's Googling per tap window. A single tap hole generally produces for about 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, I thought it was 2 weeks. But yeah, 4 to 6 weeks before it starts to heal and the flow slows down. Okay. And Steve's finding the same information. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Jacob, Friday you're supposed to get down to negative 15. That's quite cold. What's your high? Oh my gosh. I went to school. I did my undergraduate in Iowa, and there's no reason to go there weather-wise. None. You get super, super cold in the winter where you have your eyeballs frozen shut. Like you can get like ice on your eyelashes and have it frozen shut. And then in the summertime it's super, super, super humid. I'm like, no, I don't need to be here. Other people can live here and they can enjoy it, and that's fine. Not for me. Not for me. Merida says you are not supposed to tap until a night gets a hard freeze, which you did wait for. Yeah, yeah. I should have done it a week earlier, honestly. I didn't. Negative 15 will probably be Jacob's high, and he'll love it. Steve, really? Negative 3 is the high. And you live there because yeah, make sure you turn on your pipes to drip. My goodness. Negative 3 as a high is not something I need to do. I've been there. I've been there. I don't need to do it. Yeah. Adam's here. Welcome, Adam. Down here, our temps were supposed to be in the 60s. It was supposed to be in the 60s here too for the highs, but we never got over mid 30s last week because of fog. Okay, so maybe that's why. Adam, did you get like a notice about an inversion layer? Because so Adam's in one of the counties south of me, and I got an email. I signed up for some sort of alerts that said there was a warning for an inversion layer, and I'm like, that's not a thing. A warning for an inversion layer? Like, it doesn't that just mean the clouds are gonna stay there? But our little valley here is different than the rest of the world, apparently. Yeah. No sharks, no alligators, and 6 months of no mosquitoes. I think I have that here, though. I really think I've seen no sharks and no alligators. And mosquitoes I haven't seen in a while. So that's not a good enough excuse, Jacob. Unless you really, really, really love snow ice cream, then you can live there. And if you haven't made snow ice cream, what's wrong with you? No, I'm kidding. A lot of people are opposed to eating snow. But if you're not opposed to eating snow, pick the clean snow, mix it up with some whipping cream and some powdered sugar and some vanilla or other flavor. Beat it up, and you have snow ice cream. It's tasty. Um, Steve says an inversion layer is atmospheric condition where a layer of warm air sits above cooler air near the ground, reversing the normal pattern where temperatures decrease. Yep. Yep. It just means things are going to stay the same. That's what it means. But I didn't know they sent out warnings for that. I don't know. I mean, like I said, there was reports of black ice on the like on the on ramp area going out of town. So there you go. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Verna says depends on how rural you are. Pollution can be just as bad as yellow snow or even worse. That's true. But if you do it once a year. No, that is true. And like I said, some people are adverse to eating snow at all, and some people are not. And I'm giving you the recipe in case you want to try it. And you don't have to try it. And there's your warning label right there, what Verna said. Right, never do it on the first snow. Yeah. Yep. If you can breathe it, you can eat it. Steve, that sounds like a challenge. And we don't all need to accept it. Oh man. If you can breathe it, you can eat it. It doesn't work the other way around though. Adam says air stagnation today is the only warning I received. I'm thankful for it because that means the pressure is rising, which equals no fog all day long. Yeah, we had some fog this morning, but then it burned off very quickly. And we had a sunny day. So I actually laid out in the pasture. Like I had some cardboard that I laid on because the grass was wet, but I laid out in the pasture. The kitties were with me. It was nice. I haven't done that in a very long time. Just be, yeah. So, yeah. So, all the bunnies are doing good. Percy had dates with penne and risotto this weekend, and so they should be working on more babies. Um, Penne's 10 babies and uh, risotto's 6 babies will go out in the next 2 weeks. I think they're due to go out this next weekend, but that depends on if I finish doing the tractor for Penny's babies. They might stay with her longer. I'll get risottos out on time, but Penny's babies are a little bit smaller because they were cramped in their inner belly. Yeah. Versus 9 degrees here now with wind chill of -1. Oh boy, 9 degrees. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. So I believe the lowest low recorded here is 14. Now, I don't know where here is because I don't know if that means in town and that this valley is different than that. I just know like when there's weather predictions and weather like this will tell me what the weather is now, what the temperature is now, and my reading will be different. Or like it says it's 40 something, but well the water has a frozen part on top, then that's obviously not the same. I'm on the northern side of the hill, so that's going to make a difference. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so what do you guys have going on? We got sunshine here. We got fog, then sunshine. Yeah, I agree, Adam. It says to Verde, you can keep that stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't need that cold. Um, But I mean, at least we're getting some cold now. That's something that is affected by winters that we don't have. Um, when we don't have much cold, is sometimes people Prentice says, I don't want it, but at least there isn't any snow. Um, you do need a certain amount of chill hours for some fruits. So that'll be good. If we get enough chill hours, then you'll have all the fruits going. And that's something to consider when you're in that space of growing, fruit trees where you say, "Oh, I really, really want this." Well, does it belong where you are? Do you have enough chill hours? Look into those things. Um, they should have bare roots at the stores now. I haven't been to the nursery because I'm not buying trees this year. It'll be next year. If I go, I'll buy something, guys. Um, yeah, but there should be bare root trees in the nurseries right now. Steve says I'm going to build a weather wall around our state, and Arkansas is going to pay for it. Is it going to be an igloo? Are you going to make an igloo wall? Oh, Verna says pears should do good this year as long as they don't get a late freeze. That's right. That's right. Something I want to do, and I didn't do this last year. Something I want to do is I want to keep track of when things are flowering. So, like for example, Adam, where you are down there, you're kind of near where the B group is that I go to, I believe, Central Point area, and I give your location away. And that area is about 2 weeks ahead of my area in flowering. So, like if the madrones are flowering there, I got 2 weeks before it flowers here. So I I have that gauge as far as like talking to the bee people, but I would like to kind of see a year to year thing about when the pears are flowering, when this particular tree is flowering and fruiting and all that. Yeah, yeah. A dome. Good idea. Good luck, Steve. There's a thing called a sun that might melty stuff. Yeah. Are you thinking a heat dome or a what are they called? What's that company that made those spheres? Was it Apple? I don't remember who it was. Amazon? Somebody made these sphere things. So yeah. Robin's here. Hello from Chicagoland. Hello, Robin. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully the rest of the urban gardener went well. Sorry to run away. So we're just talking about winter, and you're in Chicagoland, so you're probably going to get the same thing that Jacob's getting. He's in Wisconsin. I know you guys. That's not close, but it's close, weather-wise. So hopefully you're not going into a deep freeze. Very well. Good. 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 Um, yeah. So we're gonna get new chill hours in for some of the country. For here, we just started getting cold like week and a half ago, maybe. Like, although chill hours, I think, is below 45 degrees, so we're probably good. Um, but we have been running fairly warm, so much of the West Coast, I think, was running fairly warm. But we want to make sure we get our chill hours in. Not that you or I can do anything about it, unless you want to ice your plants. I would love to know if that works. Um, oh, you have a place in Door County, Wisconsin. I don't know where Door County is, but it's in Wisconsin. Uh, yeah, yeah. So I know you can grow in Wisconsin. I know you can grow kiwis. So are you growing kiwis, or Jacob? Are you growing kiwis? Because you can grow kiwis. Yeah, and kiwi berries. I think. Yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, there's some fun things that you can grow in different places. I have my kiwis. I think are still alive. My goji berries are still green. Um, I honestly don't know how the trees are doing that I planted last year. They got ignored. It was I should not have bought them so early when I had plans. Yeah. Johnny says winter hardy kiwi have been planted, but not sure if they're going to put on new growth. Yeah. Yeah, and there's lots of different kinds of kiwis too. So, yeah. Door County, Green Bay, northeast on Lake Michigan. Okay. Yes, Jacob, you can grow them. You can grow kiwis, the cold hardy kind. And there's a couple different kinds that are cold hardy. I can grow them here too, but you're colder than I am. But hey, the only reason why I know this is because my brother planted them. I don't actually know if they're living. I should probably ask him about that. He's in Wisconsin, or he has a property there. Adam says, that sounds about right. Pear blooms are always right on the edge of our last frost. Peaches expect not to have any until 5th or 6th year blooming. It's almost like they're using training wheels. So there are some varieties that bloom earlier in the year as well, which would maybe not be as beneficial here. But like where I was in California, I was zone 8B, and Desert Gold is a decent peach. It's just a regular peach. There's nothing special about it except for it's a peach, which is pretty special. But it also, like, it doesn't have super great flavor. It's literally just a peach. But it's an early peach, and it started fruiting in May. So that's what makes it special. Because any peach fresh off a tree in May is a good peach. It's a good peach. So very, very not hardy for curly leaf, for peach leaf curl. Very not hardy for that. Yeah, it's gonna get it. Lived through it. Always had fruit. But yeah, where I am, I definitely need things that don't get leaf curl, peach leaf curl, because we have uh, fog. We have lots of fog here, lots of moisture here. So yeah, yep. Jacob says Door County is the thumb of Wisconsin. The thumb of the mitten. Oh my gosh. Um, halfway up the peninsula. Okay, so you're like right here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, but I do plan on tracking that. I thought about that because I that sounds very familiar. That might be the town my brother lives in. I don't know. Um, anyway, I thought about that because one of the, I think they're Shasta daisies, popped up in the lawn about a month ago. Of course, I didn't write it down. I just thought about writing it down. It was only one though. I mean, by popped up, I mean the flower. And so that is something I want to do just for the bees and knowing what the bees are having, and then also getting some consistency on when things are fruiting and when things are flowering. So that also when I add trees to like the food forest, that I'll be adding, varieties that maybe go in a different time or something. Um, my goodness, you guys are all Wisconsinites, huh? Is that what you call them? Goodness. Um, 35 minutes from Green Bay. My goodness. It sounds like you guys need to exchange information so that you can like go on road trips and see each other. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Um, anyway. Yeah. So what else might you be surprised that you can grow? That's a kiwi's a good one because kiwi is good in a lot of things. You can do juice, you can do slices, you can do um I I've had the dehydrated ones from the store. I have not dehydrated them myself. I think if I were to do that though, I would freeze dry them. I don't know how much you'd have to freeze dry extra to get the seeds, but I think that would be delicious. My experience with freeze drying fruits has been pretty dang cool. Freeze dried apricots, it just intensifies the flavor. Now I want some. I think I have some in the pantry still. Yeah, exactly. Freeze dry them instead. So that yeah, I that's yeah, freeze dried peaches, nectarines, freeze dried apricots though. Apricots are wonderful. I tried freeze dried grapes. I think they have too much sugar in them to be a good product. Yeah. Yeah, to die for, she says. Yeah. Um to quince, pawpaw. Yeah. Yeah. So quince I had a decorative quince at my old place, and it was always the first thing to bloom. I did my first grafting that I did was a pear to a quince. Quince used to be a standard rootstock for pears and a lot of other things actually. But what I did is I did the grafts like down low. I didn't know what I was doing exactly. It worked. It took. And then they all died because guess what? Energy goes up. That's why trees grow up. They don't grow side. If they're like a weak branches on the side, they're just like, I don't need you. Weak branches on the top, they're like, okay, we're going to support you. So, yeah, but that used to be used for rootstock for a lot of plants. Yeah, pawpaw, awesome. Yeah, pawpaw. I grew pawpaws from seed. They never got to fruiting, of course, but they were. I thought they were gone, so I got them, got the seeds from the California rare fruit growers, one of the Scion exchanges, and I planted them, and then I kind of forgot about them. I had the water going around where they were, and all that, and then the giant tomato year happened, and tomatoes came up from my worm compost. Everywhere tomatoes. Volunteer. I love volunteers, but the area became a became a tomato jungle because I didn't have trellises and I didn't have I didn't prepare for this, and so I was like stepping through the tomatoes to get to things, and I saw like a big leaf like that big. I'm like, ooh, and they were pawpaw trees, and all of the pawpaw trees I planted were growing, and they, funnily enough, uh, loved being undercover. Well, then you think about it, you're like, huh, where do pawpaws grow? They're an understory tree. Yeah, they're an understory tree. Therefore, it's all good, you know? Jacob says, I have peach trees and I hate them with a passion, but Ava likes them, so we still have them. Do you not like them because of the tree, or do you not like them because of the fruit? Because if you don't like them because of the fruit and she likes them because they are a peach, I say overgraft it. If you don't like them because of the fruit and she likes them because of the fruit variety of the peach, I say graft part of the tree. So if you have a very healthy tree that's doing great, but it's just like, that fruit sucks. Well, then you can literally cut that off, stick on a branch of something else. I do have videos on grafting. And as long as the cambium, which is like 2 cells thick, right, lines up, which kind of kink it a little bit and it'll cross. As long as that lines up, it will grow and you'll have another variety. And you can make a franken tree or a fruit salad tree, which is the more PC way of saying it. Yeah. Oh, peach curl. Yeah, peach leaf curl sucks. Once the fungus is there, you're probably not going to get rid of it. It's in the soil. If the leaves drop to the ground, it's in the soil. And you can treat with copper, and I have done this. I don't like spraying things, but I have done that for the desert gold and the bonita peach, which would get peach leaf curl. And actually, then I miss this peach so much. I had a nectar peach. It's white peach, so good. Yeah, I would have to spray that one too because it started getting it too. Yeah, peach leaf curl sucks. How do you plant pawpaws? So anime, there's a couple different ways. So a pawpaw in the forest is the same plant or the same genetic material as its neighbor. So it grows like aspens where it pops up, but then it also will drop its seed and grow. But if it's the same plant, which is growing, up like this, from suckers, then thank you, Verna, for the link. Then it won't reproduce with itself to get fruit. So you'll have to have another one or a seedling to come up and reproduce with it. The best way to do that is if you have a nursery, buy a tree. It's already grafted. There you go. If you have time on your hands, plant some seeds, and then it may or may not be yummy. But when it gets to about pinky sized or a little smaller, graft it with some known variety. I know you're not in California. If you're in California, there's California rare plant growers, and they are doing scion exchanges this month, next month, and I think there's a couple in March. So if you're in California, that's a really good thing to do. You go there and you get sticks, right? And you put them together and you make a tree. And when that happens, you have different varieties on a good rootstock started in the soil where you want to grow it, or started in a pot where you can transplant it. If you are going the seed route, the seeds have to stay wet. They can't dry out. So if you are getting seeds online, make sure they're sending it in like a wet paper towel or something like that. Yeah, good question. Cherries do so well up there. Yeah, cherries are a cold weather climate plant, and that has to do with so cherries, apples, pawpaws. Probably I have no idea what pawpaw it needs, but they need a specific number of chill hours, and you can look up the number of chill hours you have just by putting in your zip code into the internet and putting chill hours, and you'll know how many you have, and you need at least that much. Whatever the variety is, it'll have the information with it. They'll say this needs 300 chill hours. Okay, well, did I have 300 chill hours? I don't know, because you can have a perfectly good, healthy tree that never fruits because it doesn't have enough chill hours. Now, chill hour, I believe it's 45. It might be 40, but I believe it's number of hours in a winter season that it gets below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. But cherries have been moving northward. No, the chill hours have been correct for cherries. Used to happen more south than they are now. So, like for example, where I used to live, lots of cherry orchards, lots and lots. They were starting to go out of business because they just cut down their trees. It wasn't worth it because it didn't have crop because of the changing climate. It was getting warmer, and so they weren't getting the chill hours. So the other thing about growing something with chill that needs more chill hours than you might get a crop every few years when you have a cold winter. But it doesn't matter how cold it gets. It matters the number of hours of that cold. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, they're tasty. All right, Jacob says, "Oh, I'm cutting that bad boy off and adding some cherry grafts. You can do cherry. So stone fruit to stone fruit, you can graft. You might look up variety for that because usually people do cherry to cherry, and usually people don't do cherry to peach, even though it is a stone fruit. So you might look that up. But yeah, you in general you can graft cherry to cherry. The thing you want to pay attention to is the um, vigorousness of the varieties that you have. So, for example, I had a fruit salad tree that one of the branches was an apricot. I think it was a Blenheim or Moore Park. I don't remember. But it was apricot, and then it had like two peaches and two plums, I think. And boy, that apricot took over the world, and I ended up having an apricot tree with one little thing of a plum because it was just so vigorous. It took over everybody else's nutrients. or growing capability. And so that's something to look at, because there is, I don't know who has this information except for people that know it in their head. But there is information out there about how vigorous a plant grows. So they should be similar in vigorousness. All right, Jacob has one cherry tree and need to trim it in spring so that it will be perfect. Awesome. Do you know what kind? Is it self-fertile? I know there are self-fertile varieties, and there's also varieties that need a pollinator. And if you need a pollinator, you can graft one of the branches onto it, and there you go. Or you can get another tree. But I know Stella is self-fertile. There is a self-fertile Bing. Not all Bings are self-fertile. Yeah, that's something to look into. We're on trees today, huh? Steve is saying, Ava, dear, I don't know why your peach tree is producing cherries. Yeah, Jacob, we might have to play ignorant on that one. Thank you, Verna, for another grafting link. Okay, here we go. Here's Steve's Google ability. Chill hours are generally calculated by measuring the number of hours between 32 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperatures below 32 do not count as chill hours. Are you sure? Interesting. In any case, it needs to be cold. Interesting. I guess that's why it's not called freeze hours. It's chill hours. I thought it was just below 45. Anyway, there you go. Green Bay gets about 1,400 hours per year. So if you have more chill hours than you need, then that's fine. Plant it, you know. Jacob says, yes, self-fertile. We get cherries off of it as long as the birds don't beat us. Oh my gosh. I have a video telling about my mockingbird story, my cherry story, I think is what it's called. And this poor baby mockingbird, I believe its parent left the other parent because it was so dull in the head. Um, are you doubting my Google ability? No, I can doubt Google though. No, I just, in my memory, it was different. So yeah, this poor little, they only had one kid, so I don't know if they had more and they just failed on bringing it up, but it could be. Um, I battled these poor mockingbirds. Why am I saying poor mockingbirds? They were jerks. Um, yeah, so this little bird was like, feed me, I'm hungry. And one of the parents, I don't know, it was male or female, um, decided it was needing a cherry. Okay, that's fine. Except the cherry was this big, and the baby's throat was that big. And um it tried to shove it down that baby's throat, and eventually it popped out. It was on my roof. Rolled down the roof into the gutter. Do you think it went and got it? Nope. Went and got another cherry. Thought maybe that one would fit. Bring over the baby, pop, roll it down. Happened several times. I finally yelled at them too much and they went away. I think its partner left it. I don't know what happened to the other babies. I don't know what happened to this baby. I don't think it had a very good diet. Anyway, yeah. Um Verna gets between 800 and 1,000 chill hours. Desiree saw a mockingbird for the first time yesterday. They are kind of fun. They are kind of fun. I once saw on a job site, I saw a mockingbird sitting about a foot away from a robin on a telephone line. And the robin would go, and then the mockingbird would look at it, and it was learning its song. And then it would repeat it. And then when the robin did it again, it would repeat it better. And it's pretty interesting. It's the only time I've seen the active learning of a mockingbird learning another bird's song. It was pretty cool. Of course, there was another site where this mockingbird was dive bombing this. I think it was a red-tailed hawk, and I was like, "You're not going to last long if you do that." I came back, and the hawk was eating the eating the mockingbird. You remember that story? Yeah, yeah, it's a little ridiculous. Yeah. Robin says, I have to net my small North Star tree, the Tatarian we share with the birds. That's a big, too big to net. Yeah. Tatarian was, I had just a branch of that on like a like a fruit salad, cherry fruit salad tree. Um, yeah, Tatarian is known as a pollinator for a lot of different cherries, but this one, it also tastes good. So yeah, my cherry here, foxes decided it was theirs. It also got a lot of fruit flies this last year. So yeah. Um, anyway, Steve says I was today years old when I learned fruit trees need chill hours and what chill hours are. You have not been paying attention on this channel, Steve. I think maybe you're reminded. Yeah, not all trees need it. Not all trees need it. Just the ones that grow in the north usually, or are native to colder areas because they've developed a relationship with cold. Um, and I've heard of people putting, okay, I've heard of people putting ice on, like bags of ice on the base by the roots. I don't know what part of the tree needs to get the cold to affect the fruiting. I don't know that it's the roots though. I would assume it's the buds, but I don't know this. Yeah. Yeah. Both are yummy. Yep. Yep. Um yeah, the one I have here is a sweet cherry, but I have no idea what it is. It's huge. It was probably planted here in the 40s when the house was built. Um but I don't know what kind it is. And the people who were here before me, they planted another cherry tree kind of near it, but I don't know what kind that is. Didn't have very many cherries this year. There are some naturally occurring cherries. I don't think they're native. I think they're invasive. It's a sour cherry. Um, you can eat them, but they're not like eating cherries, you know. So I didn't do very much with them last year. I didn't do very much with any of that last year. Um, Made some applesauce, made some pear sauce. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but now, I mean, now's the time to go into the nurseries and look for bare root trees. And bare root trees literally means they don't have anything on the roots. It could mean that the roots are in a bag with like wood shavings to keep them moist. It could mean that they have potted up these things and they no longer have bare roots, but they still call them bare root trees. They often will pack them in sand in nurseries as well, just as a temporary thing because the sand stays moist but not wet. And so you should probably be able to see them now. I have not gone to the nurseries in a while because I need to not buy things before I'm ready. I need to do my fencing projects. And I know I've been saying that for a long time, but there's things ahead of it. So it's coming. Yeah. Yeah. So we've run the gambit. Went on a field trip. I'll have to go down there again after and see if I see any more pink. Um, yeah, it's pretty funny with the Northern Lights. I don't know, just having seen it with my eyes in reality instead of having to use a phone to see it is such a different experience. Such a different experience. It's like coming at you and dancing. Like it's so different. And here it's like, well, let me take a picture into the abyss and see if something comes back. Yeah. Okay, Steve has answers. Chill hours are needed by the buds, both leaf and flower buds. Awesome. Thank you. The buds are the part of the fruiting trees that need the chill hours. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, I don't know why people would put ice on like by the roots. Maybe maybe I'm getting it wrong. Maybe they're doing that in the heat. That would make sense. Try and cool things down a little bit, but even then, it's kind of shocking. Like not like shocking, but like shocking. Yeah. Tree roots don't need chill hours. They stay active longer in warmer soil, but the buds of many temperate fruit trees need specific winter chill. Yeah. Yep. And the other part of that too is that there are some plants, there are some plants that grow where you wouldn't expect them to grow. I know someone who grows macadamia nuts in the Bay Area, California. That is much cooler than where they are grown. But they grow there, so that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, it'd be pretty cool to grow macadamia nuts. I had some of his nuts that I was going to grow, and then it didn't happen, and then I ate them instead. Yeah. Um, I mean, there's other plants too. Like I didn't discover it, but it's new to me. Um, Soap nut, which is a fruit that you don't eat, but it's a fruit and it has a seed in it. You take the seed out and then you dry the outer part, and that's used for shampoos and stuff. So I'm using a shampoo now that's more natural, and it uses that. And so if my hair agrees with it through the bottle, um, that's something I might consider planting, and I can plant it in 8B. So I should be able to plant it here, which would be really cool because you don't need soap for anything then. I mean, you can do this as a natural soap for for your laundry, dishes probably. I don't know about the dishwasher. That may be a weird thing to try and incorporate, but maybe. Yeah. But things like that um can also go into the food forest, which is cool. Yeah, I don't think you need to eat them though. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah. So, all right. You guys have any last minute conversation topics or questions? We have 3 minutes because I have some things I need to get done. Why do I have things I need to get done? Because I laid in the pasture today in the sun. Hmm. I appreciate you guys coming. And I appreciate people that came over from Urban Gardener channel. And I'm excited for that for sure. Yeah. Britta says, as long as the suds are minimum for the dishwasher, if foam forms lots of suds, you can't use the dishwasher. Yeah, it would be more about like how to get it to, because like you can literally wet these things and go like this, and there's suds, and you can pre-do that for the washing machine for clothes, but I don't know about that how that works for the dishwasher, like if you'd have to put it in a particular place and like strap it down, or how it would go to rinse at that point. I don't know. I don't know. Um, yes, yes, I think that's the right name. I think Sepindus mucorosi tree, soap tree. I think so. Soapberry nut, which comes from the. You're gonna make me say it again. Sepindus mucorosi tree. Yeah. How to convince your boyfriend to get rabbits? Watch my videos. Rabbits for meat, or rabbits for cuteness, or rabbits for poo. Because garden, number one thing. If you don't want to kill rabbits, you get rabbits for use in a garden. Um, find someone that grows rabbits for other things and see if they're going to have a rabbit age out of production, and adopt them, and you know have them for pets and for their poo. If you're going to breed them, hey, you don't have to. You guys know, anime. You've had heat lamps and brooders and all of that. It For rabbits, it's like this much work. You just feed mom and she does the work. Yeah, hand him a baby rabbit and walk away. Okay, Steve, there you go. Adam says pomegranates can be grown outdoors here in Southern Oregon if protected for the first 3 years or so during the winter, and that's going to be true for I think a lot of different things that because they say like once the stem is about an inch, for not everything, obviously, but once the stem is about an inch, it has a much more, it has a higher chance of surviving winters. Yeah. For me, then don't hand him a baby rabbit and walk away. Oh, yeah, I think he did butcher quail. I think so. Thank you, Verna, and say hi to Lucy for us. Um, I think he did process quail. Hey, it's a white meat. Um, it's easy to grow. Food conversion is pretty good, and then or feed conversion pretty good. You get poo for the poo for the garden. It's good clean meat. Yeah, it's good. All right, guys, we are after 8, so I am going to close this out here. Thank you for coming, and yeah, I hope everybody had a good time here. And but they're so cute. They are, but they're tasty, and they're easy, and they're easy to process too. You don't need anything special to process them. Yeah, they are more than 1,000 times quieter than quail. In fact, they are quiet almost all the time. Percy's not quiet when he has his dates with Penne. It's his favorite girl. I'm going to leave it there. But other than having to text a neighbor and saying everything's okay, there you go. Anyway, so that's other than that, yeah, rabbits are so quiet. They're so quiet. And if you're in an urban setting too, people don't really have them unless you share that, you know? Yeah. Janet's here. We were just hanging up. I'm sorry. Nice meeting you. I came over from the Urban Gardener. Awesome. 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 Well, thank you for joining us. Let me know if you have any questions or want to talk about anything real quick. We were going to hang up the phone here, but let me know if you have anything. Otherwise, we can watch the replay. Yes, anime. That is what I mean. That is what I was saying that without saying it. Yeah. Yeah. Penny's his favorite girl. Yep. Penny is a rabbit. New people don't know these things. My rabbits are named after Italian themed things. Anime, I probably will not ever have that on my YouTube channel. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll be back next Monday. Thank you. Robin says, have a good evening. Excited about collaboration. Absolutely. Absolutely. So those who don't know, Robin Gardens and Shawnee Grows might be still on here. And me are doing a segment on Enix, the Urban Gardener channel. And so that's our intro got started today. And then I think I'll be on there once a month doing a video for that segment. So it's pretty cool. And we are all coming at eating what you grow, growing what you eat, and all that. Yeah. How do they make sounds? They have vocal cords. You've never heard them speak before. They don't speak English. Yeah, they vocalize. The rabbits do vocalize. They grunt a little bit sometimes. I've heard that grunt in annoyance. I've heard that grunt in I really need pets right now, please pet me. And then I've heard that during their dates. When the ladies reject him, that would be the second date where she already knows she's pregnant and she doesn't need any of that. She'll reject him, and sometimes during that they'll vocalize, and it's just a grunt. It's not anything loud unless it is that. Yeah. So, all right, we will be back. Yes, they do scream. We will be back next Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And yeah, I hope you guys join us there. Tomorrow's video is going to be about collecting or tapping the yeah, rabbit tractors. You like exactly tapping maple trees and walnut trees. And just so you guys see the product, this has already been filtered, and this is the sap of 3 taps in 2 trees for 1 day of walnut. And then this is the sap of 1 tree on 2 sides of the tree, separate stems of it, I guess, for 1 day. And that is this. So, yeah. Anyway, so there'll be a video on tapping. My first time doing it. So if you guys have suggestions, let me know. Yes, I'm putting it in the refrigerator. Yeah, so these I just brought out because so I can show you guys. But it'll be in the refrigerator. I probably should put it into the freezer though, because what people tend to do, which I need to do, is they put them in a big pot. Now I have 2 different types and I want to keep them separate, so I'm not sure how it's going to work. But they have like a big pot in the freezer, so they pour it into there, and then you can just take that whole thing out and put it on a fire. So like you can't do that in a plastic thing because plastic burns, but metal doesn't. And so with that, you can just put it on the fire and it'll melt that. But I'm not to that point yet. I just wanted to see what it looked like in the jars, and see kind of how much it was. I probably won't measure it again right now. I just kind of was curious what I was getting. So yeah, because plastic burns, yes. State the obvious. Okay. Keep it as cold as possible, ideally below 40, near freezing. Treat it like milk to prevent spoilage. Yeah. Or freeze it. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be in the refrigerator, and we'll see what happens in the next couple days. I think it's supposed to get warmer, which I think means the sap will keep going, or will get more. But again, this is my first time doing it. But yeah, I will be putting it in the freezer, likely in some metal pots. And yeah, there we go. All right, guys, we will say goodnight. See you next Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. If not before, if you're a member, if you want to become a member, we're doing the Cook With Me Live this Sunday at noon 30. That is 12:30 in the afternoon on Sunday. So we will see you guys next week. Or actually, it will be next week, Sunday or Monday. All right. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.